make a mistake and come. And remember this, no wife is a burden in any marriage. Keep this in your head, oh. All of you watching me, if you think you are a burden to your husband, from today, refrain from telling yourself you are a burden. If your husband tells you are a burden, laugh at him, because you are not a burden. And some of the reasons why they say you are a burden is because when they give you money for business, your husband didn't marry you for you to become a sales girl. Your husband didn't marry you for you to become an accountant. Your husband didn't marry you for you to come and establish a business for him. He didn't marry you for you to come and sell things on his behalf. So when you sell things and you go bankrupt, it doesn't make you a burden in the marriage. That's not the reason why your husband married you. But we are talking about your duties towards your husband. One of them is not to come and sit in front of his shop at Aboso Okain, Agbogboshi, or Kanshi to sell his spare parts for him. That doesn't make you a good wife. So many questions come, and I try to battle all of them and answer them because I can't answer one after the other. Never think you are a burden in a marriage. Immediately a man makes his own mistake to come and carry you as a wife. Never think that the things you do around, you go to work, you go and like the way the girls in Prudential Bank, the Prudential Insurance are walking around and writing insurance and making money. This doesn't make them good wives. If they leave and go home and they can't feed their husbands, they cannot be responsible and show their duties to their husbands. They are useless. So wives are not burdens, but they become useless. Don't ever think that if you can't support your husband financially, you are a burden. No. Hello? No. Don't go down, madam. Because immediately you begin to see yourself as a burden, that ingredient that keeps you in the marriage, you lose it. Yesterday I told you, what a woman brings on board is your beauty. The difference between me and my wife is that she is beautiful. She has breasts. She has butt. Her skin color is different from mine. Her facial expression when even she's sitting down. So there is something that Adam saw. And he said, for this reason, a man will leave father and mother become one. It was not the business that Eve was doing. It was not anything that Eve had. It was the beauty of Eve. So if you are watching me, if your husband says you are a burden and you begin to look at yourself like a burden, you begin to look ugly. And when you look ugly, then you are now becoming a burden not to your husband, but to yourself. This morning I went to a bank. And when somebody was talking, he said, I know his wife. I was shocked the wife is beautiful. You see, it sounds like an insult to me. But I smile. It is their wish that my wife will be ugly. And they look at the way my face is. I don't deserve a beautiful woman. Yes. Because it's difficult to live with a beautiful woman. It doesn't mean beautiful women are bad, but somebody who was single, she was beautiful. She cannot come into my marriage and become ugly. It means that whatever she was doing for her to become beautiful, I have gone to carry that responsibility on myself, and she has to continue looking beautiful. So you can't get into marriage and your friends will meet you and say, you have changed, you become black. Look at me, one of the things that I keep telling every day, people don't understand me, is that when you bring somebody's daughter into marriage, and the day we get to the next responsibility before I close today I'm going to finish 3 responsibilities before I leave here. And those responsibilities have the tendency of making a woman become something else than the original thing you went to bargain for. Is somebody getting me? So don't ever see yourself as a burden because you are not working. A woman doesn't need employment because before somebody marries you. A woman doesn't need a house. You don't need a car. All you need is your beauty and your kitchen utensils. Your tools that you have to use in the kitchen. So as you are buying dresses for yourself, if you're a dog, I greet you. I greet you if you're Schwarzenegger. I greet you, Miss Bell. I greet you, Nana Banamwa. If one else, I greet all of you. As you prepare yourself with your beauty, as you prepare yourself with your beauty, one of the things you need to go into the house of your husband is your kitchen skills. If you think you don't know how to cook, build your cooking skills before you become a wife. Because one of the basic first duty of a woman, first one I said yesterday, is to respect your husband. And in that respect, you are seeing yourself as a queen. Then let the king be the one reigning over your life. And I told you that when God was cursing, he told a woman, you will go through pain before you deliver. The next curse was that for the rest of your life, your desire shall be for your husband. He shall rule over you. You see, that particular curse is that the woman will constantly depend on the man once she become a wife. Her desire will be on the husband. And the Lord God went and said that I curse the ground to be hard for your sake as a man. So as I sit, I have said this several times. It is not an easy road for a husband to provide. When your husband is providing for you, which is his primary responsibility, be that wife who will show this following responsibility. A husband must learn how to eat your food. If it's salty, if it's pepperish, if it's watery, if it's tasteless, the duty of your husband is to learn how to eat your tasteless food. And if you are a fanti, you have a kitchen which is called a fanti kitchen. If you are a nodner, you have a kitchen which is called a nodding kitchen. So if you marry a Gan as a nodner, you don't need a Gan kitchen, you need a nodding kitchen. That is why my stand is that if your wife doesn't know how to cook your hometown food, it is not the responsibility of your mother to come and teach her. It is your responsibility to teach your wife how to cook the food you know that is your family food and you want to learn. The same way you, the wife, it is not by any compulsion, it's voluntary looking. You can go and learn how to cook your husband's tribe food, not because of your husband's family members who are coming to visit you. When your husband's family members are coming to visit you, cook your hometown food for them to know that where the man came to marry you from, this is what you eat. So, the next thing I spoke about was that there are two kinds of meal. The first meal must be cooked, prepared for the man. I said, learn how to serve the food when you cook it. Serving your husband's food is part of the responsibilities or the duties of a wife. Serving it. Put the food on the table, cover it with a nice napkin, let him have water to wash his hand. Unfortunately for us, thank you very much, respectful, humbleness, and good communication. That is what somebody have written. I just saw it from far and I'm reading Abner Diamond. Thank you very much. And so I'm saying that you have to learn how to serve your husband. Serve with humility. Don't serve with arrogance and anger. My friend, how many wives will be sad when their husband will eat and will not eat all the food? And yesterday I told you, some of you don't know even how to keep your husband eating your food. When your husband is eating food, you don't ask him, is it nice? Is it sweet? It doesn't show your face. Please, please, please. It doesn't help. It's not communication. Allow your husband to tell you. And I told you, I will teach you how to receive criticisms when your husband is eating your food as a dietitian. I taught you how to ask him what he ate in the afternoon so you can plan his meal in the evening. You are the nutritionist of the family. You are the dietitian of the family. You are the one that might diagnose what your husband must eat. Very important. You are the one. Nobody can say what your husband is supposed to eat. So your mother-in-law cannot come and live in your house and be cooking what he has been cooking for your husband when he was not married. Your husband must learn how to eat your food. If your husband eats your food and he runs, a man called me today and said, Counselor, when my wife cooks contomere stew for you, when you eat it, you run. And I laugh. I say, Counselor, let me see Ampa. I say, I know, me ya contomere for my house here. Oh, Benessa. I say, we see ye. Say, we mutima. Kase medo menya kontomene fro no bi ni abomua no se kase me pe kontomene fro ye pa enti me ne den me se denti na wo yire aduane no onim denti a odi na ye mahwia na. Have you ever checked why your husband, your wife will cook and you are running? He says no. I say, you say your favorite food is what? He says it's yam and kontomene stew. I say, sir, do you know how to prepare? He say, oh, counselor, number one. I say, okay, let's solve the problem. Surprise your wife by cooking one contomere stew in the house. And if your wife is smart, invite her. And whilst you are cooking, have a chat with her. Today, I want to cook the contumely stew. Today, you cook the yam. But maybe I will make a mistake. So come and support me. Let me see how you do yours and see how me too have been doing mine and take the two. This is how you bring your wife to book because you know how to do it. That is why I say that teach your children how to cook. So I told the man today, I say, Ochinameye, counselor, Ochinameye. So you see, I mean, he's so happy that tomorrow, and I hope by next week, maybe he's even watching now, by next week, he's going to tell me how that contaminates you, the problem with it. Maybe your wife has been putting maybe kawa inside, or she doesn't cook. There's some mistakes she's doing, and that is how it is. I saw a lady who was cooking and put, I don't know how they call this in English, my friend said, everything she cooks, she puts ahwentia so inside. So it makes her stew better. And she'll put plenty. She doesn't know that it's just a small one to give the thing some flavor. You know that thing. So she'll just beat all of them and put plenty in it. The one they use for children's cocoa when we're growing. And she didn't know what she was doing. Even the last time she blended it with a thing. So she was cooking a palm nut soup, and I have to go there as a guest. She was married to one of my cousins, and I was nice with the wife, so I was teaching her how to cook. I did the trick for her. She didn't know it because she came from a house where maid servant did everything in their life. When she got married, she didn't have the opportunity to bring one of the maid servants from their house. She didn't know how to cook anything. She doesn't know that when you're doing Kobe stew, when you take the Kobe, you don't just wash it, but you go into the head and remove stones inside. So she will finish cooking a nice stew with Kobe, with salt inside. You eat it once and you can't eat again. I took her through the tutorials. The husband didn't employ me, but she was a friend of mine that when we are in the kitchen, I went there and used laughter, jokes. I said, Maminya Kobe ni ma. You are also counselor, I mean, George. Hey, go out. I don't like that. I said, no, I want to help you. We don't have anybody. It's the two of us here. And even though you see me as your husband because I am your husband's cousin, it doesn't matter. Let's cook the food together. Who knows? And then me too, I'm learning. So that in future, when me too, I marry. And I was not behaving like I know already. So when I take the Kobe and I say, I see people removing here. That was how I taught her that we can remove the head and their stones, their sand, the salt in the Kobe is already hidden between the part here. And you know, there's this adult there. Is it lobster or oyster? How they call it? Preparing it. There are a lot of sand in it. There is salt, a lot of salt in it. I learned how to prepare it. So there are people I teach them because it's very good for men so that they can build their zinc and have good spermatozoa for good sexual intercourse. What I'm saying is that men who know how to do it, don't shun away from the place. Get closer to teach. But the woman's duty is to cook for the husband to eat. If your wife doesn't know how to cook your favorite food, ladies and gentlemen, I beg you, make sure that you eat what she's cooking. Oyster, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the word. The good student are there. Oyster, thank you. So it's called Adode. Me, I know Adode. Where I'm coming from, Gafomobi Adode in Kontomini floor. Hey, my God. There's a lady I taught her how to use Adode. Now, everything she cook, even breakfast, Adode. So he's making the man get good sperm. The man too will put Adode in bread and will bite. Just to build the spermatozoa of the man so that he can fire. So I'm saying 2 meals you want to prepare. Now watch the trick here. I'm teaching you something today I didn't teach you yesterday. The type of food you prepare for your husband to eat connects your husband to the second meal that God created. So a wife's duty is to prepare the food for the husband to eat, which is the one you go to the market and come and cook. So that your husband will get something to eat. That's your responsibility. The second one is what God gave you. God gave you a particular organ, which is called the female genital organ. And that female genital organ has a purpose. It is used for coitus. Coitus means sexual intercourse, where the male organ meets the female organ. Selewa, edel esi. God created it and it is meant for the opposite. So God didn't create your private part as a female for another female organ. Your female organ was created for a male organ. So they say like poles repel, unlike poles attract. So when like poles come, they have to repel. When unlike poles come, they have to attract. So anytime unlike poles come together, because they are not like poles, the experience would not be the same. Did you get what I'm saying? So God created the male organ and gave it 16,000 nerves just at the cap of the penis. The male organ, the cap, what's my organ? Well, I'll show you the organ. Hello, it's far from where I'm saying. I don't want to distract you. So the organ, the cap of the organ, I could have shown you mine. The cap of the organ has 16,000 nerves. It is what, when it's activated, then the blood will pump into the spongy tissue, the flaccid mood of the male organ. When the blood goes into it, then it is erected. Then when it's not erected, you can't penetrate. That erection leads to a woman who is also going through a process called lubrication, where estrogen is produced in the female organ. But the female organ has 8,000 nerves on the clit. So the preparation of your meal, the type of food you feed your husband, helps him to prepare his sexuality to eat your second food. George Lutrot, clap for me. I couldn't see I did too much. It is a Dumbo. The diet of your husband is part of the reason why his sexuality is going down. When a man gets pot belly, his male organ shrinks. It doesn't mean the organ becomes small, but the stomach begins to cover the length of the male organ. When after 25 years, a man's male organ doesn't grow again. So if your male organ is in less shape, if the height, the length of the male organ is not at the accurate inches already, then you have a deformity. So, unfortunately, what is the penis size of every male? You need to know it. What is the penis size of every male? There is an average size for every male organ. And the size of the male organ is very, very important. Because you see, a man's male organ, some say the longest average size is 7 inches. When the penis is in flaccid mood, when I say flaccid, if it's not erected, it's like this, flaccid, it is said that 3.6 inches happens to be a flaccid penis in an average length. 3.6 inches. We are talking about inches. Or 19 or 9.16 centimeters at flaccid. And 5.2 inches when stretched, still at flaccid mood. It means that when the male organ is not erected and you take it like that, and you use the tape measure, the average length of anybody who has grown to a stage, like exactly after 25 years like my own, when you get it, the average length is 5.2 inches when stretched, still in a flaccid mood, while the average length of when it's erected is 5.2 inches or 13.12 centimeters. So the male organ has a length. The male organ has a length. And unfortunately for us, the female organ is 9 inches. So there is no male organ that has been created, an average correct male organ that has been created that is longer than the female organ. God is a wise God. You don't joke with this man. He gave you 16,000, gave them 8. And because unlike pole attract, erected male organ can always enter. But the thing is that if you penetrate any woman whilst the woman is not lubricated, you are a murderer. You can go to hell. You can go to hell. It's a sin. Because the female organ must be lubricated. She is supposed to produce what we call estrogen in the walls of the vagina. Listen. In the walls of the female organ, because of the time, I don't know where everybody is, but I'm using the organ because, so the meal preparation, first thing is that the type of food you give to your husband, which is your meal you are cooking, will give your husband the right to be able to eat the other one that God has given you. All you need to do is to warm it, prepare it, take care of it. Is somebody understanding me? So the food you are giving your husband, his digestion system is not correct. So missionary is a problem. It's a problem to have a missionary sexual intercourse. Odifo, I greet you. Why? Because the man's stomach that is up there has shortened his male organ. It doesn't mean physically he has lost the inches, but the stomach has made it shorter. So watch it. If you do doggy, it's as if it's about to kill you. But when you do any other position, that's the problem. Watch it here too. If your tummy is big and you have a wife who has a huge butt, the buttock is out small, like esukama like Moesha is too big, but something beyond Moesha's own, and you too, you are pregnant. Even doggy becomes a problem. Bicycle becomes a problem. Travailler becomes a problem because your stomach blocks it. So the diet or the food your husband eats is what you need to be careful about as your duty, so he will not lose interest in your second meal. So the duty of a wife is to make sure that your first meal that you are giving your husband will grant him the audience to have enough healthy spermatozoa and strong male organ so he could eat your second food. The second food, you don't provide fork, you don't provide knife, you don't provide anything, but what he comes with is his instruments. When your husband is having erectile dysfunctioning, the problem is that he doesn't erect, you are in trouble. Yesterday I said, any sexual challenge you have, work on it before you marry. If you masturbate, don't rush to marry, go for counseling. Because any man who masturbates will end up with premature ejaculation. Any woman who masturbates will also have premature ejaculation, or what we call unending orgasm. Unending orgasm is where your taste is no more in the vulva, what we call the vaginal walls. There's no excitement there. There is a particular rough stages of the vagina that must meet. So when the male organ goes into it, it goes to hold achisa samini. But when the place is not well kept, it doesn't have that achisa. And when you're doing it makes the man get tired and doesn't eat the food well. So it's your duty to make sure that nyamianua is equally perfect as compared to walankasa wanwa. So sexual intercourse is the second duty of a woman's act, to make sure that the place is presentable and it is requestable. So how do I make my private parts very, very requestable and presentable? It's painful. But when you are selling, you need to showcase it. You need to make sure that this particular meal will be purchased by the opposite sex. Who is your husband? Your presentation of the second meal is very important. And I said that the way you serve your meal in front, I said when your husband goes to town and buy papaya in a pack, let him come and eat it not in the pack but in a plate. Presentation. I said the way you present your normal food on the table is equally the same way you should present the second meal, which is sexual intercourse. Every man, including George Lutrot, marries a woman for good sexual intercourse. That is why I married my wife. My wife is not a trophy. She looks like a trophy out there. So I had a statement that I kept in my head. And the statement says that be a queen out of your home. Be a maid in the kitchen. Be a harlot in bed. I had a statement one time that yakwa bontia yo hima miami himanio or hima yebefia ya bawa ewe jade ya wura demu a ya ashawo ewo baso enkomoni ya miensa o de ya kan chese ashawo ne nchese obi a yede ne da agisika but mawade yo enye different. So there is a way you present the sex and it can be bought. Yesterday, I told you, the position in the bed will tell a man you are not ready for sex or you are ready for sex. Mama Gloria, I greet you. The last time we had sexual sex orgasm conference, Mama Gloria says that when a woman is even ready and wants to have sexual intercourse, one of the things that she does can decide to take the bed, the one of the pillow, and put in between her legs. It means that I am horny. I wish you will penetrate through me. That could be a signal, but that could also be a wrong signal. You can go and remove that pillow and you are in trouble. So it doesn't work for everybody. But it's because I'm married to you. And I know that this is what we have all coded. So it becomes a code for us. A code of selling the things you are selling. How have you branded your sexual life? So what I'm talking about here is that brand your sex as a woman. Brand your sex. Brand it. Let it have a brand. Let it have a smell. Let it have a taste. Let it have a sight. Now, let me go back again. Sexual branding. The next meal that a woman needs to prepare for a husband, which is your duty, is your sexual life. I told you, when you are entering into marriage, you don't enter into marriage with your degree. You are not married because you have houses. You are not married because you are what? But because you are the opposite sex. That my interest for sexual intercourse, my desire for sex is going to be met by you. So unlike poles attract. So my penis or my male organ is created for your vagina, which is a female organ. But for me to be attracted, remember, the first food, you serve it on the table. I am invited and have to come and eat. Hello? But the second meal, I am not invited. I invite myself because of what I see. Men are seafood. Men are seafood. God never created us that we should be interested in eating what we have not seen. When a woman is every day naked for a man, the man will very soon lose erection. No man who is good in bed will always want to see a naked woman. Naked women don't attract correct men. They attract wrong men. If you are a good man in bed, nakedness of woman doesn't cause your erection. When women are looking good in their dressing, in their tight short skirts, in their see-through where nipples are forcing themselves out, where the breast is divided socially into two by mentality, where you can see that the butt is shaking in the trouser, it's a shaking material, there is something unique. It is what connects you. The mind of the man goes like, "Wepa me try naked, DKB I greet you. Wepa me try naked, pa Charlie. Send a 20 pa Charlie, a year to play to mama now, pa Charlie, a bad dangerous money." So the man's mind is because of the way, but constantly you are naked. His penis will die very soon. So if you want to kill your husband's penis, every day be naked. Why am I saying this? Women, listen to me. We married you for the second duty, which is sexual intercourse. Feed us so we can have sex with you. Diet me so I can have sex with you. So be interested when my penis is not erecting. Don't smile. Next one, ben ya bread. Or they are coming from far or do me one another. There be you. Who could not ring 200 crore? Do so I say sorry. Never think that when your husband is having sex with other people, that is why when he gets to you, his penis doesn't erect. Forget about it. There are men who take one roll from the side chick and come and do 2 rows at home because they cannot do the 2 rows at home. So what I'm teaching you today is called sex branding as a woman. Take a pen and write. What is branding? Branding means that you have really uniquely chosen a particular way to sell a product. So what is branding? You ready? Branding is often defined as the marketing practice of creating a name, a symbol, a design. Often, branding is called creating a marketing practice, a symbol, a design, a style, a way to identify, a way to differentiate a product is called branding. So what is the difference between the woman in my house and other women? Do I have a difference in you as a wife? Remember, within the 5 types of women in my life, I have a wife, I have a side chick, I have a friend, I have a sex mate, I have a baby mama. You need to uniquely brand yourself. So I'm saying sex branding. And branding means let there be a differentiating. Let there be different between you when it comes to the sexual act and different between you when it comes to the cooking. I say be a prostitute in bed, be the same woman in the kitchen as a maid servant, be the queen out there. And when you brand, there is a language for branding. I am sitting here. I am drinking cowbell. Even if I don't tell you I'm drinking cowbell, all of you there know how do you say I'm drinking cowbell? Because the mark is cowbell from Promasidor, Ghana. Immediately you see me with this mark, even if there's water, there is another thing. What is inside is not what you are seeing. The outside is what you are calling. Ladies and gentlemen, sex branding. How are you looking at? Are you appealing? Do we taste for you? Do we wish to have you? Is there anything that makes us feel let's go to you? Or everything about you is dadana, nyame dadana, nyame dadana, and then be aware when we hey, don't say this. You remember Special Ice mineral water? The bottle was blue. All of a sudden, they rebranded it. Change it into mauve. Change the bottle. Now Special Ice has a different look. You have been married for 12 years, 10 years, 15 years. Can you point your hand and say that this is the new thing I have done sexually? Nothing. Hello, listen to me. You can have sex with the same woman, but in different shape because I drink the same water, but there is a different way. Even the advert have changed. The advert for Special Ice, it has changed. Nitufu, it has changed. This way chocolate drink, it has changed. Even when you go to Cowbell, they have changed their way of they do adverts. They have changed it. But you, sexual branding, what uniquely have you done about your brand sexually? What have you done? So you need to brand your sexual life. It's your second food. Because even in your other food, I told you change your napkins, change your cutlery set, change your plate, change the way you serve your husband's food. But when it comes to sex, let us see that difference in your life. Stop thinking negative. And I say, yes, what say about in Pemagura? What say? What say? The beard fin, Nama say, and Obama de Oya Sa, Obama so be the order, chef. Ma ukunu being so before for the order. And no question in Kuna no the year. What is this Christianity killing our sexual drive? Men are dying because their sexual desire is not being properly managed by what they see. I am telling you that you see women in town and you are around. There's a man who thought he was having sexual sickness. Then he started having a side chick. The side chick was living in Tema. He drives from Accra, erected from Accra. He said when he pays the toll at the boot, bam, now the sorry. Or driver side the call community 9. Ahia no kodi mienu no asa na chi na ni fie no o se obayi da ho o bole so ana selewa flaccid kotin so da adentia I said maame ne se ma bre the brand is you know I am tired. Since morning I went to work. When I came see the children, I have to cook for them. You to understand me, my body is weak. I am not against your weak body. You are a human being. Your body can be weak. But if your body is weak, it's your brand. And constantly you are complaining your body is weak. I will get used to your weak body. And if I want to buy a weak body drink, then I come and offer your weak body. Look at your brand. You pleat your hair. You wear your weave on. So if you wear weave on 3 solid days, nobody touches you. You go and hold pony for church on Sunday. So Saturday, that nice pony, it is not part of the brand that I need to. Who are you preparing yourself for? Is it for the pastor in the church? Is it for your office on Monday? So people see your wife and they clap for you. Charlie, your wife, I see them there, they feel, hey, this is your wife. Charlie, you don't say you marry her like Charlie, like the way man go rock this woman, I tell you, I swear. But that is what they are seeing out there. What they see out there is that what the husband is enjoying at home. The brand, the sex brand is different from your outlook brand. How have you branded your sex? Every brand needs to have what we call taglines. There's a tagline. There should be a slogan. This way chocolate drink. It's just a matter of sterling. There is a tagline. Does your sex life has a tagline as a wife? Yes, some of you have a tagline. My brother, it's your tagline. Me, I'm tired though. That's your tagline. Let me tell you. The male organ is a hunter. And usually, men will love to hunt, so they will eat well. But when constantly you go to a particular forest, and every time you enter into the forest, you meet animals who are already dead and waiting to be brought home. You don't go to that place for hunting anymore. All you go to do is that you go and collect dead animal home. That is how some of you have become as wives. Your sex life to your husbands are so bad, with a bad brand. And this is to the Christian community. As for Christian women, the better said about you, the shameful thing we can talk about. Because the church has refused to tell you that sexual intercourse is a duty of a wife to brand your sex. Why? Because I am coming to buy. I eat. Women don't eat men. The female organ was created to receive. So you who is receiving, me that I am buying, who needs to brand? Who needs to brand? You are selling. Yes, when I say you are selling, I'm using it in quote. I'm not talking about prostitution, but I'm saying that you have something that I need. I don't need to do much. All I need is that cravings. How do I get the cravings from your product so I'll come and buy? There should be a tagline. There should be a sighting, what we call sighting. When we say sighting, I should see the thing. Look at this bottle. They could have just made it in a straight bottle like the way my destiny is. But the bottle has been shaped in such a way that there are times I hold it and it feels like a shape of a woman. It has some, this thing is sighting. Then now, you have slogans of women. This is not how I look. You know, when you married me, I didn't have all these things on my body. My body was not flaccid, but right now I have nothing to do about it. After giving birth, what again? I am not forcing you to go to the gym. I am not forcing you to go and do surgery. I am not forcing you to go and cut yourself. But I'm saying that if this is how you present yourself, will I still be ready to purchase it? Sex branding. If you need a tagline so that your product can be known very well by the people who buy it, easily. If they can't remember the name of the product, they should remember the name of the tagline. But most of your taglines are excuses. Painful excuses. Painful excuses. You don't have anything you wear. Sighting. Look, you meet girls who have shaved their private part, and the shaving alone is calling you. Sighting. What do you wear to bed? How do you walk in the house? How do you walk in that house? Which brand of wife are you? Look at yourself. You don't even wear bra in the house, so your breast is just straight to your stomach. Yes, I know when you came into the marriage, you were not wearing bra because, but right now, after breastfeeding and they taking the milk, I am suffering with the nipple because you don't carry it well. Let me see the sighting. How appealing do you look for me? I should eat the food and eat all, but I struggle to eat the food. God gave you to warm it. You didn't create your vagina. But you need to take care of it. So we are talking about sighting. The next thing is smell. Within the 5 senses, smell, taste, see, ear, touch. Smell. What is the smell of your vagina? How does it smell? You don't like your vagina smell. Who should like it? You don't like it. So who should like it? There are things that you open the bottle to drink. You see the Cadbury strawberry here? You feel the strawberry in it. Have you taken this way chocolate before? There's a smell of a cocoa scent coming. So there's a smell. In branding, you need smell. What is the smell? Do you smell good? I'm not talking about going to buy chemical to put there. No. How are you treating the place? See Annette here. My sister, you don't even shave. You yourself, you know you're smelling. So anytime I come and touch you and you have no bath, it's a crime. You have erected your male organ. You are touching your wife. The next thing, honey, can I go and freshen up and come? That is stupidity. What is it? Why can't you be fresh at every time? But anytime I walk in, you want to go and freshen before you come. Says who? Look, yesterday I told you, one of the most difficult things in the life of a man is to erect and to maintain erection. Don't joke. We don't use nerves. Men use blood. So when you see an erected penis, because when the male organ erects, blood is flowing. Somebody's blood is standing. When the man has erected, this is when they are telling you stories. You have a brand. I get close to the brand. I fall in love with the brand. And the next thing you hear is that, hey, you too. Just a small hug you have erected. Me, I'm not ready for anything. Is that your tagline? Somebody called me and said, me, I don't kiss my husband before he leaves the house. Oh. That's my husband. If you make a mistake and kiss him before he goes to work, he will return and have sex with you. So me, I don't do it. Somebody said, me, I don't even want to bath when my husband is home. Because when you bath, see, I'll be. A woman called and said, she's tired of sex with the husband. And when he's complaining, so she's hiding between the children. And then Kolana Mama Bre, and then Kolana Mama say. So the man said, if these children are becoming an excuse for our sex life, my mother is sitting down, they're not doing anything. The man collected all the children because they're not going to school and went to give it to the mother. Now the woman says, I'm dead. My husband has collected the children. Now he's going to have sex with me. What is your problem? If the sex is not sweet for you, divorce and go. I told you, don't create a meal for George Lutrot and let the man coming to eat become Bismarck. Let the meal be a meal for George Lutrot. So when I'm lying on you and it is Henry's food you have prepared, you will not enjoy it. So leave the marriage and go and give it to Henry. Sexual branding. Smell. What is your vagina smell? Let me give you a free tutorials. The vagina needs to have what we call the onion-like smell. So what are some of the petty things you do for you to smell? One, a woman who doesn't shave. If you wear panties that the panties are not cutting within the lining, between your vagina or the vulva, I mean, for the sake of those who are now coming, the time is reducing my language. But the female organ, the vulva, the line between the vulva and the anus, there's a small place called the perineum. That small space between the female organ and the anus is called the perineum. The space is very small. The anus carries a lot of bacteria, negative bacteria, as compared to what is in the vagina, which has a lot of positive bacteria. So if you have anything wrong from the anus, it easily enters into the vagina and you will smell. This is why you need to have cotton panties. And you should wear a panty that at the end of the day, the cotton will end at the perineum. Se wo hwe oba no ho a ene wo to kwan na sa kwan ketewa na dem fifi no se wo hwe pioto a cotton memem pa sa kwan no ngohwe oturum aden e se oba ho de bia afo the female organ is constantly lubricated. So when you cotton goes inside, it gets wet. And once it gets wet, you have continuous infection from the anus area into the vagina. When a woman doesn't shave, wee or smells. Junso bonse bean. Smells more than feces. Women have now adopted a way to urinate. They don't sit for droppings to come. They squat and shake. So when they finish, the urinal walks through again because you see where urinator is, where the clitoris is. The urinator is under the clitoris. So when you wee, the water drops again and your vagina is smelling. Not because anybody has to do you, but because you are not keeping the place clean. When you wee, you don't wash or you don't wipe or you don't douche well. That's one. You don't shave. You wear wrong panties. So you're always smelling. Let there be a good scent. Good smell from the vagina area. Number two, let your look, we've done sighting, your look, smell, taste. So the taste of the brand. When I see the thing, the way, there are people, there are men who have seen some good presentation. Obano huna chale, yeah, get away there. They go down there and they regret. I told you a story when I was on Joy with Lexus that a young man went for a lady and the lady said, for me, licking is the last thing. And the man said, oh, me too, without licking, I can't do it. Let me lick you and you know I'm good. The young man put his head down there and what he felt, what he said, if I'm lying, then he's also lying. He said he felt like a spoiled egg. He said those days they were rearing ammonia and cocoa. So when they lay eggs and then they hatch, there's a scent. That is what he was feeling. When they gave him to lick, he said he can't. But the girl said to me, "Why shall I say I finished well?" The scent. There was a bad smell. Do you see the smell? So how do you keep it clean? Number one, every woman must learn to wash the vagina not with soap, but with water. But wash your buttocks with soap. The anal region, which is the anus, smells. There are times that they are doing doggy. It is not your vagina that is smelling. It is your buttocks that is smelling. Because the way the buttocks is like, when you are poo-pooing, it opens. When you finish, it closes. So if you don't know how to clean your anus very well, and usually our tissue are dry, it's not wet. So you can't clean the anus well. When people even bath, they don't even wash their anus with soap. So listen to me. Wash your vagina with clean water, but make sure that you will open up. Wash the duna, a turmuline. Fasamana ye, hohurowoto, fasamana ye, hohurowoto, fasamana ye. And you will sape. If you have a big buttocks, glorified by God, open it, wash with soap, nice detergent, because the two buttocks, because they crash like that every time, if you leave particles of toilet, it will smell. You bath and your buttocks is smelling. So there are men who are doing doggy, and once they are bashing you on doggy, they have turned their head into the left-hand side. It's not because they want to look at other side, but it's because the direct fuse that is coming from the anal region, and you will turn a bone. It's not the vagina that is smelling; it is your anus. Utubon. So there are people whose vagina is not smelling, but their anus is smelling. There are men, when we go and lick you and it's smelling, we have nothing to do. So keep the place neat. Now I have taught you. If you have a big buttocks, you can easily smell. So when you go to the bathhouse, wash your private part with water, but wash your anus with soap. Clean wash. Clean wash. Now beads smell. Beads are good. But when they use the thread, the intuma ahumano, it carries water. The knots at times doesn't dry well. It smells. So check it. Now, the type of towel you use to clean yourself also can cause your body to smell. Now, the pomade you do, so it's not just about the buttocks. It's not just about the vagina. It's not just about the clit area. It's also about the breast. When you lift your breast and you are bathing, wash it. That means bath and wash the nipple of your breast. Because there are people that when you hold their breast and crash so you could have foreplay, it becomes difficult. The reason that sex has a rhythm, and I will show you the rhythm next week. My time is up. The duties of a woman in marriage. The duties of a woman in marriage. I said there are 2 meals, so the second meal is what I'm talking about. I've spoken about how to cook, how to serve the other one, but this one you know that I can't share. Warm it. Just warm it. Prepare for you. Warm it and serve it. Your breast. The breast milk is not important to a man like the nipple. When you are a child, when you see the breast, you cry because you want milk. When I grow, I don't need milk, the nipple. So, how is the nipple area? How is your nipple cracked? So when I wet it with saliva, the next thing is you hear me coughing because particles have entered into my mouth. I can't do a foreplay and take my tongue under your breast because that area is a no-go area. They don't even care about changing the brazier. There are women who don't change their brazier. It's just one black one and they tell you I'm comfortable in this. I have too many braziers. But if you don't know your brazier size, that is why you have chosen just one to wear. Change your bra. Armpit smell kills men. Do you shave your armpit? Check the deodorant that will work for you. Don't say I like lime. Let me tell you, lemon or lime, whatever you is good. But the challenge is that when the afternoon comes and the sun scorches your armpit, the lime have a scent that smells. So stop saying I don't like deodorant. Use it. The antiperspirant in the deodorant will block the sweat glands in your armpit so that you don't sweat within the closed armpit for it to smell. Check your armpit. The skin. Let me give you a therapy. Make sure that within the whole of the month, just get yourself lime and ash. The one from the coal pot. Cut the lime into 2. Dip it in the ash. Smear your whole body. When it dries up, if you are close to a seaside, go to the sea area, go and bath the sea water. If you have any skin smell, it will go. You smell small, you sweat small, and you know your skin is smelly. Do this. It smells like a cocoa bean. It means you have a skin smell. Don't let somebody tell you. The next thing, your hair. Some women have done natural. Look, they have done natural. They are done natural. So when they are coming out, because it's natural like my own, they cover it with weave on. And because they cover it with weave on, when they get home, oh, thank God, my bread, then immediately they remove. I wish I have one here. Ebinia. Oh, God. Hey, I wish I have one. Immediately they remove the weave on in the house. See the next thing they do. They have some scarf. Then, after they weave on, to the kitchen. They don't care about the natural hair. So it smells. Yesterday, this my cap. I was feeling smell around myself. So I'm looking for the smell. Then I started smelling the cap. So when I was leaving after the show, I washed it and dried it because I was feeling the smell. Now me say bon. We want bon. You are going to do brace. The brace is smelling. But your plan is to keep the brace for 3 months, for 3 weeks. So until 3 weeks come, you remove it. It's smelling. It kills the brand. It kills the brand. God has given you the things already. You are not buying them from the market. Just work on it. Tilt it. Dress it as a woman. Your second meal must be presented well. Dress it well. Your hair, you have done natural. When you remove the weave on, the under is smelling. Your husband has no right to say utimu bon. He can't say it. As for brushing of teeth, it's a crime. Some people brush their teeth when they go and bath. But when they go and lie down or they get up and come and choose something small, they don't decide. The tongue smells. So a tongue must look red. The teeth must look white. Branding, sexual branding, woman. One of the most greatest things that a man cannot give to himself is sexual intercourse. And the excitement in the vagina area cannot be gotten anywhere. What you get in the vagina, you can't get it in the armpit. You can't get it between the breasts because there's some temperature and there is some, formally they say, there is something that there is a particular attraction in the walls. I don't know if you've experienced before that your male organ can go and they can hold it and not shake. There is some preparation. It's not about douching. And yes, how do you do? Ama wayase achi. Bema no bedana wayase enfwa eyade. And timema wayase nchi. It's not when it's tight. It is when we can walk through it and there's a nice. There are times that you're having sex with your wife, and immediately when you are going up and down, when she lubricates, the place is smelling. Seek for medical attention because the smell is not too good. Friends and loved ones, brand your sex life because it is your second meal. When you've done all these things, your outlook, the container, let somebody taste your food and see that the thing is nice so that they can recommend your product to other people to buy. I am not saying that your husband will tell other people to come to you, but your husband will be gladly speaking about you, and that will cause somebody to ask. Then there are men who go to their side chick and the sex is sweet. They come back home and it's deadly. It's a deadly weapon. Are you happy that every time you remind your husband to take medicine before he has sex with you? Are you happy the way you are looking? What Adam saw was a Coca-Cola shape of Eve, and that can be maintained. You can't lose it. If you lose it, I lose my sex drive because I'm a hunter. Check your brand. Stop complaining. So now the brand has come. You have done the sample for a target market. I taste the drink. And I say, I think it is bitter. It was done for me. I can't talk about it. Your wife is smelling, you can't say it. The sex is bad, you can't say it. Because when you talk, you are in trouble. Sex communication. If you do a product, even for your target market, they have the right to critique the product. They have the right to tell you things about the product because the product is not fetching the way it's supposed to fetch in the market. Feed and spoil your breast. You know it. But you're doing it. You don't care. On par, on quiet. Yes. You hear people saying this. Doing the act. When the product has been branded and it is bought, let us enjoy the content of the product. And in the enjoyment is the way it is drunk. You can drink it cold. You can drink it hot. You can drink it with biscuits inside. That is the variety of sexual position. Sexual positions are not determined by men. They are determined by women. A man natural sexual position. And you're mema. But all of a sudden, the product is becoming old. I'm not saying when you are hurting, don't talk. Oh, no. Please, don't take me wrong. If there's a sexual position that your wife, your husband is giving you and you're hurting, you have a way to communicate it. And maybe, as I wrap up, one day or by next week, I might teach you how to communicate your second product. So a woman's duty is to work on God's sexual organ giving you. The third thing is to learn how to wash your husband's things. Washing of your husband's clothing and making sure his clothes are neat is part of your responsibilities as a wife. How do you marry a man and he takes his clothes to laundry to be washed? My suit cannot be washed in the house, I understand. But this shirt I'm wearing cannot go to the laundry. What do you mean? Well, if you want me to wash your things, buy what do you call it? A washing machine. Are you serious? Are you serious as a wife? I should buy a washing machine before you wash my things? My underwear? My panties? The shirt I wear? If I don't buy a washing machine, you wash it. If your father's house had a washing machine, and so you are not used to washing, girl, learn how to wash. Learn how to wash. Washing is not by machines, by hand. What are we talking about? But that is where we are. You don't wash your husband's clothing. Ironing of your husband's things are not part of your duty. It's not part of your duty at all. No, I won't force you to do it. It's a choice. The ironing is a choice. But it's better for you to, you see, anytime you are able to touch your husband's dress, spiritually you are evoking your presence in his clothing. But look at you. People wash your husband's clothes. The shirts are down. So every month your husband is buying singlet, and it's not because the singlet is not quality. It's because they're not washing it well. Your husband's shirt has become brown because they're not washing it well. Ladies and gentlemen, if I take my shirt to 12 cities for one shirt and I take 10 shirts, that is 120 Ghana. Can't that money do something in the house? Who are you? Are you above washing? It's your duty to wash. Your bed sheet, you don't change it. Pillow, you don't change it. So your branding is so bad as a wife in the house. You don't lay your bed. I want to close. Thank you so much for watching me today. The duties of a wife. Second, meal preparation. The third thing is to make sure that you wash your husband's things. Wash it. Things that are meant for laundry are for laundry. It's not everything. Let me read you a few messages that you have brought. God bless you, counselor. Benny say thank you. God bless you abundantly. This is coming from Kofiche. Kofiche say, man, may you never lack. I receive it in the name of Jesus. Tina Diamond says, great teachings. Pamela Lotte is giving me one finger mobile money. Thank you very much. I am enjoying something. When it says, okay, Pat says, when will it be the 10 of the men? Don't worry, you're going to get it. You're going to get it, okay? May every wicked plot against you and your family be crushed by fire. Thank you so much for the prayer, Kofiche. Thank you so much. And this one too is coming. This one is fire. And this one is Ebenezer Mante say, ha, ha, ha. He's laughing with some emojis there. I don't understand. They say, this one is coming from Patient. Patient, thank you very much for watching. I forgot to invite you earlier. Oh, sorry. Thank you. You've come now. I like you. I like that. Thank you very much for coming. Great lessons. Thank you for being here. He said, this time, Pa, if I catch it, will hold it so it doesn't run. I mean, that's a good one. That's a very good one, Kojo. Thank you very much. And this one is coming from, he said what? Some of the VJs, Charlie, they smell. Yes, I mean, some of the vagina is smelling. That's serious. I mean, this coming from Morgan Freeman. And this one says, true power will tell them. Thank you very much for the branding. And this one too is coming again from Amma. It says, well done. Thank you very much. Tina says, too much. Oh. Sorry. Susan say, correct. And this one says, Doche. Okay, thank you. And this one too is coming. And this Cynthia is clapping. Grace is also saying, I'm here. Cynthia Ayi is clapping for me. And I mean, one love, one eye. This is what? Faustina Adopa or Dopa. Okay, well, what I think I mentioned it right. If I didn't mention it right, sorry. Is that this one is coming from Jude. Jude too is writing his name and writing some things there. Abna is giving me a high five. Eunice is giving this one. Okay, so the heat. Okay, you say Abna says, okay, happiness come, oh Abna. Thank you very much. Hetty is showing me a laughter emojis, and that's all. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been lovely. It's been another wonderful time with all of you. Let me tell you, if you want it to work for you, work on your personal hygiene. Don't wait for somebody to tell you are smelling. As I sit, I was taught how to check my mouth smell. Last time my boss was laughing at me. When I eat in the afternoon, I brush my teeth here. I have a brush in my bag. Yes, I don't want to. It's not because I'm getting a kiss from anywhere, but I talk a lot, so I have to do that. So I brush my teeth. Where I don't have brush, I have a gum. I have I have a gum. What do you call it? Dental floss. When I finish eating, because I have a lot of holes in my teeth. I don't want my mouth to smell. I don't want to kiss somebody and then the person that, and my saliva is making the person's mouth area smell. Don't let anybody depress you. Don't let anybody say you are a burden as a woman because of your attitude. Work on yourself. Let it work for you. Depressed wives. You, this boy. Branding. So sexual branding, we've talked about it today. So these are some of the things that a woman needs to keep yourself. And remember, these things you do, you are doing it because you are a woman. Bless you, Owusu says. I'm so grateful for all of you. My chairperson was here today. Yeah, Fran, thank you very much for clapping for us. Let the vagina be nice. Walk in the morning, somebody give you a lick and still the smell is good. I say, let somebody meet you from morning till evening and the smell shouldn't go. A guy have to go and bring people to fumigate his room. He thought the place was smelly. The smell was not in his room because he changed the bed sheet. He washed everything, but the smell was in his nostrils. Na kanitim. Which means from childhood, begin to work on the vagina of your son, of your daughter, sorry. Begin to let them know what neatness is all about. Check your daughter very carefully. Don't let her grow with smell because it's difficult to get rid of it when you grow. Most at times have been defending you behind the scene. You make a lot of sin. Keep the good work. Prince, thank you very much. I make a lot of sin. Thank you very much. He said, if you push for the men time, then you are having problems with your husband. Let the time come naturally. Well, the thing is that you are not supposed to go and tell your husband you have sex with you. You are the one selling the thing, so advertise it. Advertise the sex. Advertise yourself so we can come for it. That's what I'm saying. Advertise it. You are selling a product. Advertise it. But if the thing you are selling yourself, you are complaining about it, will I come and buy? That's the thing. The problem is that, you see, women are complaining. I mean, when you are complaining, I don't think I have sex with you. I'm telling you, that's me. Because I feel that when somebody is in pain, she's going through pain. She's going to pleat her hair. You get home. And the first thing you hear is my breath. It is not wrong. It is because your wife is communicating to you what she has gone through. Accept it. I'm not saying it's wrong. But when it becomes a weapon, every day my breath, then you to help your wife to the hospital. Check what is wrong with her. Yesterday I was telling you when condom becomes a challenge. You are ready to have sex and they are now looking for condom for you. Every woman who is not ready to get pregnant, whether married or married, keep condom. And once the act is about to start, before the man erects, fix the condom yourself. When women fix condom for men, the penny stands to receive the condom. Let's treat our wives as queens. And as queens, remember, the original state of the Kama Sutra was for women to learn how to satisfy the king in bed. That's the reason. Are you satisfying your husband? Is your husband getting satisfaction from you? People have sex and somebody asked yesterday, what of a man who will finish sex and sleep? I will talk about that in my next lecture. 0277 609 644. 0277 609 644. Let me put my need across again, please. Any of you watching me who want to support us to pay the fees of this young girl who is going to the university, is about 2,220 Ghana cedis, I think. Yeah, 2,220 Ghana cedis. Any amount you can give us, even if it's 20 Ghana cedis. 055 000 5077 is our Momo account. 0507 150 223 is our Vodafone cash. 0277 609 644 is our Tigo Airtel cash. If you are in the United States of America and you want to support us through our Zelle account, there's something called Cash App. We are going to do one too very soon. But for now, we are using Zelle. Or you want to write a check to Yao Fran in our foundation, you can write a direct check to the foundation, but you can call our president on 862 215 2007. The numbers have been put on your screen. Thank you so much, Yamule, for the contact. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, by the grace of God, we're going to do a Zoom live where I'm going to take direct questions from you. It's a software we are supposed to buy, and my team is ready. Let's get it done, and we'll go well. I'm grateful for you coming. If you didn't come, I could have just been speaking in the air. One of the things that I love and I want to see is that all the things we are learning, let's begin to practice it. Let your husband see a difference. Let your wife see a difference. Let the difference be seen, so that when they ask you, what is your secret? That you tell them, it is Counselor Lutrot. That makes me better. Don't follow me and become a burden in the house. Follow me and be a blessing. And my work will be easy. Because if the 335 people who watch me tonight will practice what I have said, then look at what happens to us. We have more people who are going to enjoy marriage. If the sex in the marriage is not good, see me for sex therapy. 0277 609 644. I am blessed to know you. I love you all so much. I'm very honored to have people like you. I am not the most intelligent person, but let me tell you, the fact that you push me to learn alone makes me important in society. God will judge the thoughts, the act of what we're doing. I was called as a change agent, and so help me God. That is what I'll do. I'm grateful. Let me say a big thank you to Yao Farmer and President. A big thank you to Josephine Baden. Thank you to Mrs. Lutrot. Thank you to Jane Nanama Santua. Thank you very much for the support. And remember, my Prudential team, Prudential group, go for the insurance. Remember that you call the Prudential team on 0243 91 9110. 0243 919110. Please get an insurance for yourself. Now they are going to do insurance and still sell ginger because of the foundation. I'm excited. God bless all of you. Let me wish you a good night. Enjoy your Friday. Tomorrow, those of you who didn't watch, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Counselor Lutrot on YouTube. Just go and watch all the videos we have done the whole of the week. I think I've done well. Somebody needs to clap for me like the way who was clapping for me. Hey, I love this one that came. I like you always. Somebody, I saw a clap. I love you too. Oh, Dinah, I love you so much. Kenneth, thank you so much. Please, let's help me pay the fees of this girl. Pamela says, please, what will it... He says, okay, please, when will it be appropriate for me to call you? Right when I finish the show, you can call me, all right? I'll pick it, all right? Thank you very much. And this one, Cynthia and Tina are clapping for me. Nayamle is clapping for me. I love the clap. Me too. Somebody should celebrate me. Obi frem non chem bibi kakra efe muma mi bibi kakra efe. Oh, I don't know moya mesa. Sisi a corona nti obi antimi fa me call out. Nti obi send me 1,000 Ghana bi. Na me nkwa me kotina me baby. Na me di paper me nisu. What must say? So fra wonya me sa omwa. I should use it to enjoy myself. I'm excited every time. I thank you for your support. God bless you. Remember, ending of this month, we are launching Counselor Lutrot TV, Counselor in the Bar. And as you go and look for the meaning of a bar, you be no monsa, you be di embrasem, you be jumpy bars. So go and look for the meaning of bars. I didn't see Catherine today. Catherine, wherever you are, I miss your contribution today. If you know Catherine, tell her that Counselor says I miss her so much today. I think I've not read Catherine's message at all today. But Gloria was here and all of you who were here. God bless you. I love you all. When you say a prayer, don't forget, say one for Counselor Lutrot. As for the people, they will. So I'm going to see you again live on Sunday where we pray into the day and into the week. So the next video you watch, definitely tomorrow, we're going to get a rebroadcast. You're going to watch a rebroadcast tomorrow. But you will see me live again Sunday evening by God's grace. But get my Instagram page. We have a lot of videos there that comes. I release videos on my TikTok. I release videos on my Instagram. So Counselor Lutrot is my Instagram. My Twitter handle is Lutrot Africa. Just walk in there. And then my Facebook, you can always follow me down here. Just follow. Press the follow so that you can have the notification. Right now, as you're watching me, I'm just about to end. But see the follow sign there. Step on it. You can go and join the fan club too on Counselor Lutrot's fan club. It's also there on Facebook. You can go and join me on my like page. The ending of July, I'm going to delete a lot of people from my original Facebook page, and then I'll open it for other people to come and join. So that those who don't come and watch my live, I don't know why you're there and give me 5,000 people and I can't add anymore. So I'm going to do deletion. Make sure you don't fall victim. Today I deleted somebody's message on phone. I don't know. I'm sorry, it was not deliberate. I was going to press something and they went to delete. Okay, you are indeed a blessing to many. Thank you very much. And my Telegram too is also there. Thank you very much. Yamule saying the Telegram. We have a Telegram group. When it hits 1,000, I'm going to start a lecture at the Telegram group. So just go to download Telegram and look for Counselor Lutrot Fan Club on the Telegram, and it will add you to the place. God bless you. Stay blessed. As I leave you, remember, I love you. I love you. Me, I know I love you. You see your face? A kiss. Close your eyes when they are kissing you. Just like this. If you open your eyes, the boy says you are a witch. Bye-bye.